Outrage in Nassau County, New York, where residents already pay some of the highest taxes in the country. A vote is set for tomorrow night on whether or not to use millions in taxpayer funds to pay for a new hockey arena and a minor league baseball field.
Meanwhile, if approved, property taxes for county residents would jump even higher, while the hockey team would pay no property taxes at all. Sweet deal. Joining us right now is Nassau County Legislator Wayne H. Wink Jr. Good morning to you, Wink.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. We've been talking a little bit about this. Your county is taxed higher than most of America.
The most, yeah.
They're talking about this to help this guy unload this hockey team. But the shady part is, rather than wait till November for an election, they're going to do it tomorrow on a Monday at the end of the summer.
Right, exactly. The first day of August, one of the weeks that in this country most people are considering, if not on vacation already.
Right.
And we're doing this right now, literally in the darkness of summer, as it were.
And the special election is costing $2 million additional dollars that your county really doesn't have. Whose bright idea was doing it tomorrow?
Well, the county administration, the county executive proposed that this be on August 1st. I actually sought to amend the legislation to put this referendum on a natural date of November 8th, which is election day. All the county legislature, myself included, are on the ballot on November 8th. And it seemed to me that we wouldn't have to pay anything extra to have a ballot question.
Sure.
On the ballot then, but instead we're doing it a Monday in August so that we minimize turnout and I suspect do everything Nassau County possibly can to calculate an outcome.
Wayne, tell us how much money is involved. Give us the numbers. How much is it going to cost for that upgrade on the Coliseum? How much are taxpayers on the hook for?
What this referendum would authorize is $350 million to be spent on a new state-of-the-art Coliseum. A Coliseum which, by the way, is in terrible condition. There's no question about that. But $350 million of taxpayer money would have to be used to renovate the Coliseum, and an additional $50 million would be dedicated towards a minor league ball field and other ancillary uses.
Right now, that particular aging Coliseum holds, what, 15,000, 16,000?
Holds about 16,000, right.
And how many people actually show up for the hockey games?
Unfortunately, the Islanders have the lowest attendance rating in the entire National Hockey League at about 11,000 a game.
All right, tell me, work through the $350 million are going to go to renovate it. Where's it coming from? You're just going to raise property taxes to pay for the Coliseum?
Well, what the referendum would do would be to authorize a dedicated tax line in addition to paying your county tax, your town tax, your special district taxes. On one line, you would have a hub redevelopment line, which would actually have to pay out about $29 million a year worth of debt service.
Right.
And that would be a separate tax that would obviously be added to your overall property tax bill.
What gets me is the guy who owns the team, Mr. Wang, is a billionaire. He could certainly build his own Coliseum, but instead, because he wants to get out of the hockey business, he somehow has talked the county into this cockamamie plan to jack up taxes for everybody so he can unload the team.
Well, in the last 6 to 8 years, Mr. Wang had been part of what had been known as the Lighthouse Project. It was a project that would have been billions of dollars of private investment.
Right.
No public monies, private investment that would have developed not only the Nassau Coliseum, but the entire what we call the hub area, which is the surrounding area, would have been an economic development boon, quite frankly, for Nassau County, providing potentially tens of millions of dollars worth of new tax revenues, and a state-of-the-art Coliseum owned by the public with no public input. With no public cost.
Sure.
Unfortunately, the local zoning authority in the town of Hempstead defeated the Lighthouse Project. And instead of going back to the drawing board, we went to Plan B, which was asking the taxpayers for it.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Wayne, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, the soldier accused